You don't know.
Welcome to another edition of the As Is podcast. Today's guest is a special guest. He has a very famous father who's unfortunately incarcerated. There's a lot of stuff going on around him right now, but we're going to get into it and break it down. My special guest is Larry Bernard Hoover. Larry, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
How you doing today, man?
I'm great. I can't complain.
That's what's up. Hey, man, you got one of the most famous black fathers in the world. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
First, let me start off like this. A lot of people don't realize that Larry Hoover has other kids other than a Larry Jr. in Chicago. Why do you think that is?
Well, because, I'm more laid back, you know what I'm saying? I ain't in the spotlight, you know what I'm saying? I'm 52 years old. I'm his first child. I'm his firstborn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was raised in the house with his mama, his brothers, and his sister. I was raised there. I lived there all my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just more laid back. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm just not in the spotlight like that.
Let me ask you, how did you manage to stay out of the spotlight? Or how did you manage to stay away from all of the whirlwind of stuff that's going on?
Well, everybody in Chicago knows who I am. Everybody, in a lot of other places too, everybody who is somebody. But this whole new internet and social media stuff, I never did. I never ever had a Facebook page or Instagram page. This is exist. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not getting the Instagram page. I didn't even do that. My daughter made that up for me. I ain't even know nothing. I don't even look at it enough. You know what I'm saying? But you can't go nowhere in Chicago where the person don't know me.
How does that feel? How does that feel sometimes, being so known, and especially in times like these? Because it can be kind of dangerous. You Larry Hoover's son.
But see, me myself, as far as Chicago go, I have no worries with that because I know everybody. I always had a good relationship with, what they say, the oppositions or whatever you want to call it. I never had no problem with them.
Right.
So, I got along great with them.
Right.
Always lived, me and my mama, we always lived in, strong neighborhoods or bicycle neighborhoods and stuff. I never had a problem with them.
Right.
They knew who I was and everything, But, as far as outside of Chicago by the social media stuff and not being in it and stuff like that, when people find out who I am, they doubt it. They were like, oh, that ain't him.
Right.
That ain't him. That ain't LJ. That ain't Junior. You know what I'm saying? And people thinking, a lot of people be thinking he me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think that by his name being Junior, which his name is Junior, that he's older than me.
Right.
That, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm the oldest.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. And at the end of the day, let me just give my disclaimer. I do not condone or associate myself with people who wish to be in this kind of a lifestyle. I don't sell drugs. I don't do anything illegal, but I built a foundation dealing with people like that, and I represent that. So I'm never going to try to put you in a situation to where you would have to tell on yourself. So if I ask a question that's, anywhere remotely close to you feeling that way, you just don't answer. But I'm going to ask, I'm going to be mindful of the kind of questions I ask, but some things I just have to. Are you a member of Growth and Development or Gangster Disciple?
Growth and Development.
Growth and Development. Okay. Break down the difference between Growth and Development and Gangster Disciple for me.
Well, Gangster Disciples are people who didn't, how would you say it, didn't convert over to Growth and Development. Gangster Disciples are people who are not doing nothing. Gangster Disciples are people who are not trying to do nothing with their life. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to progress any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Ain't working with the community, ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know, me myself, it's about gangster disciples are people who are not actually with the vision. They're not actually, they talk the vision, but they're not living the vision. Put it that way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's what gangster disciples are. Growth and development people. That's people who sat down and took the time to read and understand what's going on with the vision. You know what I'm saying? And making progress doing stuff with their life. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's between. In my opinion, that's what it is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And me myself, I left Chicago in 2010, moved down to Mississippi. I was down here 4 years before anybody even knew who I was. I came down here with absolutely nothing, $270 in my pocket, off the train with.
Right.
And went from there and grew to own my own restaurants, several cars, my own house, and everything. I came from nothing, so I call that truly growth and development.
It is, and that should be applauded. But I asked that question because I know your father initially started Gangster Disciple, and Gangster Disciples were initiated in what year? Do you know?
Well, it hit the streets. It got to us in 1984.
Okay.
1984, I was 14, 15 years old.
Okay.
That's when the new concept hit the streets to us in 1984.
You're saying the concept of growth and development or Gangster Disciple in general?
The concept of growth and development.
Okay.
Concept of growth and development, 1984.
Okay. Because
it converted over. Well, the concept of growth and development, but it was already established in prison. I did not know that until later on that's what was going on inside the prisons, and then it came to the streets. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because your father was incarcerated. He went to jail in 73. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
he's eligible for release today under the First Step to Fair Sentencing Acts that rendered the drug laws he was sentenced to life for as racist and unconstitutional. The average person ages out of criminal activity while incarcerated when they turn 60. Larry is 70. He's completed thousands of hours of educational courses that show his rehabilitation. He's been in isolation for 25 years of 6 life sentences for a non-violent drug offense. He has clean conduct while in federal prison. He's maintained all of his good time credit in a prison that scrutinizes his every move. He's suffering from several chronic medical conditions. 6 out of the 9 people he was indicted with have been released by the First Step Act.
You don't know.